was nervous as well as terrified because he is getting married but don't know with whom, because few days ago he got a call threatening him saying that his mom and sister get kidnapped, and if he want them back then he has to marry someone that he don't know. He had no option, so he accepted. Suddenly he saw a beautiful figure walking toward Ayan. She was looking very pretty in her wedding dress. But who is she? Taehyung walked forward and held her hand. He started doing his job. So Miss Ryan, will you take Mr. Taehyung as your lawful husband? Taehyung's eyes widened. Is she the Mafia queen? Oh no. Why, I do, she said, straight looking into his eyes fearlessly. Priest, Mr. Kim Taehyung, will you take Ryan as your lawful wife? He looked at her, who was looking at him already. Then he said hesitantly, I do. You may kiss the bride. Taehyung became nervous, but Ryan took the initiative, went close to him and pecked his soft lips. Taehyung got shiver in his spines. Guards started clapping. After the wedding, they went to her mansion. The whole ride was silent, but Ryan was just looking at him like an idiot, just admiring his beauty and facial structure. Actually, Taehyung works in a bar as a waiter, as she used to visit bar very often for making her illegal business deals, and there she saw him very first and constantly fell in love with him. As they reached, Taehyung was stunned looking at her mansion. Ryan went straight inside without even glancing at him. He followed her. Ryan went straight to her room, commanding something to guard. Guard nodded and came near to Taehyung while smirking and saying, "Sir, come, let me show you your room." He followed the guard. Guard showed him the room and left the room saying all the best. But what for? Taehyung thought. Soon Ryan entered in the room wearing a sexy night dress. Taehyung, what are you doing? He said hesitantly. Nothing too much, baby. You just have to obey mommy, she said seductively and stepping toward him. Taehyung, don't come toward me. This was the night suit she was wearing. Taehyung, first tell me, where is my mom and sister? Ryan, don't worry honey, they were enjoying at their new luxury house. Taehyung, new house? Ryan, yep, there were few demands of them in return of you. Taehyung, in return of me? Ryan, yes baby, like a luxury new house, few $1 million, diamond jewelry, etc. etc. Well, you're very expensive though, but I like expensive things. She went down. What do you mean? Ryan, I mean what I said. Down. They sold me to you, he said, all shocked. Ryan, maybe. Down. I did everything just for them, and they sold me to you. At this moment, Taehyung was be like,
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Emotional damage.
Taehyung started crying his heart out because of sudden betrayal and being an emotional person. He did everything to support his family, his mom and sister, but they sold him to a Mafia queen. Actually, Taehyung's mom and sister is his stepmom and sister, but he always think of them as his family. But they always just treat him like a home service worker. They both are just greedy for money, but they never thought of getting sold by them just for money. He was in emotional pain, and watching him like that, Ryan feel a weird guilt. She don't know why she was feeling these weird emotions around him. She was heartless Mafia queen, but her heart started beating for him. Ryan packed his bag saying it's okay. She herself don't know what is she saying, and he is also feeling a good warmth in her arms. He felt the same warmth he used to felt in her mother's arm. After some time, Ryan noticed that he is neither crying nor sobbing, so she looked at him to only find him already asleep, like a baby. She chuckled and kissed his forehead and drifted to dreamland. In the morning, she woke up and saw him still asleep, but now her intentions were bad. She got up from the bed and took some handcuffs from side drawer and locked his hand with the headboard. Taehyung woke feeling sudden moment. As he opened his eyes, he saw his hands were locked and Ryan hovered above him having a pair of scissors in her hand. Taehyung, what do you think of doing? Think that we hadn't did yesterday's night, but it's not too late, she said in a lusty way. She started cutting his clothes, whereas Taehyung started begging and crying. Please stop, I beg you. No, baby boy, right now. You are all mine. Saying this, she started touching his perfectly toned abs. He was crying mess. She was about to do something naughty play with him, but something interrupted her. She got a call. What the hell in the middle of this? She said, all annoyed. She picked up the call and said, Okay, I'm coming. Wait for me. She made him free from handcuffs, saying, For now, you're lucky, but not too long. Wait for me. Saying this, she left him there, all dumbfolded. Taehyung got up from there, feeling free, but he didn't know that his freedom only lasts till evening. In evening, Taehyung was sitting on the couch freely, thinking how to escape this mansion, but suddenly the doorbell rang, so he got up to open the door. He opened the door, but then he saw something horrible. As soon as Taehyung opened the door, he saw Ryan all covered with blood, and that was terrible. Ryan entered the house and called the maid with first aid box and asked her to treat her wounds. Taehyung was in shock. He couldn't able to process what's going on in his surrounding. Oh, poor baby. Ryan looked at him and observed him. Then she spoke. Go to your room. No need to be here. Taehyung went to the room thinking, why does she said that? Although, whatever happened, you should think of escaping from here. Out of nowhere, Ryan said, don't you dare think of escaping from here. I have my eye on you. If you want, you can have time. And from now, this is your room. Saying that, she left the room. Time skipped to 1 month. He is standing on the terrace, thinking about his life, which has changed drastically. In these days, Ryan takes care of Taehyung a lot. After that incident, she never touched him. Maybe Ryan understands that we cannot force somebody to love you. But we can at least try by doing some gesture to make somebody fall in love with you. Nobody can ever imagine a mafia queen doing everything to please Taehyung. In this 1 month, she did everything possible, all loving gesture, and sometimes she gets used to irritated of these things because she never did this thing in her entire life. But she is doing it just to get a man love. He was standing on the terrace when suddenly Ryan approached him. Are you thinking of jumping from here? Taehyung said, what if I? Ryan said then I'll jump off with you. A maid interrupted them in between. Ma'am, it's your dressing time. Please come. You go, I'm coming, Ryan said. Maid bowed and left. Mind if I help you in dressing? Taehyung asked. You're welcome, I don't mind. Ryan started removing her old bandages and Taehyung helped her. But then she removed her shirt and her bare skin was visible. She was only in her because she has deep marks of wound on her collarbone and back. Surroundings started to tense up, but she spoke, breaking awkward silence, and Taehyung continued to apply the medicine. If you want, you can go. I will leave after your dressing. Taehyung, I'm asking you to leave my house if you want to. I'm not gonna force you anymore. I tried everything in this 1 month, but it seems like not working. I know you're also not happy with me. I just wanted love and be loved by somebody. When I first saw you, I instantly fall in love with you. But seems like getting love is not in my fate. I was so young when somebody took my mom's life. I couldn't bear it, and out of anger and revenge, I killed that person. And after that, there is no one for me. Life was so hard, so I decided to get involved in these mafia things. I didn't choose this profession, but my fate did. And that became my destiny, she said with teary eyes. Taehyung was applying medicine on her collarbone, but he stopped when he saw her in tears. They both started looking at each other like lost souls. Can make you or break you. Taehyung understand that without love, a person can become wounded because the wound Ryan has on her body will heal with the time. But the wound she is carrying in her heart is only healed by his love, the love he can provide her. Similarly, Ryan understands that the love can't be forced. It happens. And when it happens, it becomes the most beautiful thing in the life. It happens with the respect, understanding, and by doing the value of each other. That's why we say, love can make you or break you. Now what are you guys doing here? Let the Taehyung and Ryan enjoy. You go and study, you unholy people. Get some holy water and go study. Otherwise, Namju will shave your eyebrows. Bye bye.